Borgo. They say of Borgo you'll rest well in a soft bed or a shallow grave.
Pirates. With the outstanding premiere of Skeleton Crew behind us, it is officially pirate season in Star Wars. That's true, by the way. I've just declared it. Congratulations. And what better way to celebrate than with a sequel to one of my old favorite list videos. I'm Joey from Radio Free Coruscant, and these are 5 more great ships for pirates.
Why did you bring us here?
To escape to the ship,
No, why did you bring us to a pirate port full of pirates?
because we are also pirates.
We are not pirates.
You're not pirates?
We're kids.
Why cannot kids?
Lancer-class pursuit craft. While the first ship on our list is more famous for its use by bounty hunters and local police forces, the Lancer-class pursuit craft can make for an excellent pirate ship as well. The design was commissioned by the Black Sun Crime Syndicate, after all. The Lancer is well armed, incredibly rugged and reliable, requires little maintenance, and is highly modular, making it a perfect ship for a small band of pirates. It was built by Mandel Motors, but based on the design of Sorosub light freighters, which means that it would be easy to disguise yourself as a humble cargo ship to run a surprise attack on unsuspecting vessels, much like pirates often did in real life. This also means that it has ample room for all your pilfered loot in its cargo holds. You have to make sure you get the right version for your operation, though. The Lancer had several different configurations. One model had cylindrical engines and a docking tube on the rear, and another had oblong engines with Y-wing style tails, and no docking port. I am pretty sure I've seen a third engine style too, but I don't remember what that one looked like now. The docking port is the part to pay attention to, though. Officially, the Lancer measured about 34 meters long by 34 wide and 7 tall. However, the ship's live-action appearances appear to be more like 20 meters long by 20 meters wide and 4 meters tall. It had a top speed of 1,050 kilometers per hour and a Class II hyperdrive. It had a crew of 1 pilot and 1 co-pilot, but could easily be flown by just one if necessary. The ship could carry 4 passengers, 3 months of consumables, and a moderate amount of cargo. Most importantly, though, it was well armed with a triple light laser cannon turret, at least 1 and sometimes 2 twin light laser cannons, and a tractor beam projector. The Lancer cost around 120,000 credits. ZH-40 Tribune. Next up on the list is the ZH-40 Tribune. With one of the most famous pirates in the galaxy, Hondo Ohnaka flying one in his later years, and another appearing at the pirate den of Port Borgo, it is clear that this unassuming freighter is a big hit among pirates already. And when you take a look at the ship, it becomes pretty clear why. It is durable, versatile, and extremely well armed for its size. In my full video about the ZH-40 from a few months ago, I estimated its size to be roughly 30 meters long by 15 meters wide. And I was only slightly off, because its recent appearance in Outlaws puts it at 35.7 meters long by 18.8 meters wide and 7.1 meters tall. I estimate it to have a top speed in atmosphere of about 1,000 kilometers per hour due to its 6 engines, and a Class I hyperdrive. It should also have a cargo capacity of 85 tons and a passenger capacity of 6. We do know that it had a crew of 4 and could be operated by just 1 if necessary. Finally, its greatest selling features were the weapons I mentioned. Every ZH-40 came stock with a quad laser turret, a dual laser cannon, and a heavy laser cannon. Supposedly, it also had 4 single laser cannons, but personally I think those are supposed to be antennae. I expect the price of all that to be about 150,000 credits new and 90,000 used, a very worthy investment if I've ever seen one. Check out my video on the ZH-40 after this for more details. For an alternative option, you could also consider the very similar Avendor-class fighter transport. I'm not giving it a separate entry since it has roughly the same size, shape, and capabilities of the Tribune, but I thought it was worth a mention since it recently got a proper name and some details in the latest Star Wars encyclopedia. EF-76 Nebulon-B Frigate. For a much larger option, you can consider the Nebulon-B Frigate. This discarded Imperial warship is a common sight among rebel groups and planetary defense fleets across the galaxy. Despite looking like they came from a scrap heap, they were very effective starships, and are sure to serve you well. The Nebulon-B measures 300 meters long by 72 wide and 166 tall. Its 7 Kuat Galaxy 15 ion engines can propel it to an impressive 1,200 kilometers per hour in atmosphere, and it has a Class 2 hyperdrive. It is well shielded and well armored, but most importantly, it is well armed. The Nebulon-B carries 12 Taeman-Back X-17 turbolasers, 12 Borstel RH-8 laser cannons, 2 Phylon Q-7 tractor beam projectors, and occasionally torpedoes or missile launchers. It could also carry a full 2 squadrons of starfighters somewhere. I've seen several interpretations of its fighter capacity, and none of them seem quite right to me. It has a crew of 850, and at least the medical frigate variant could carry 700 passengers, though I doubt Nebulon's setup as warships can do the same. In Legends, it could only carry 75 passengers. Legends also gave it a cargo capacity of 6,000 tons, making it by far the most capacious vessel on this list, with room for more pilfered products and copped credits than all the other entries combined. Of course, there is the matter of the price. A new Nebulon-B is valued at 8.5 million credits, an exorbitant fee that could buy you an entire fleet of smaller ships, or even a bigger and better one, hence why the Empire quit using them. And a used one isn't much cheaper at 6.4 million credits. Therefore, you must get the Nebulon-B from the same place everyone else does, unguarded Imperial scrapyards. It will take a bit of effort to restore one to operational capacity, but when you do, you will have an exceptionally powerful and impressive vessel. And most importantly for a pirate, it was absolutely free. Quasar class cruiser carrier. A few months ago, I featured the Quasar class carrier as one of the best Imperial ships to steal, and if you can pull that off, it would be one of the best pirate ships too. It has several massive hangars that can carry up to 48 starfighters or other craft, including a couple of the other ships on this list. And with 5,000 tons of cargo capacity, it is sure to have room for everything you could hope to steal, including whole starships. Plus, with its classic Imperial triangle shape, it is sure to intimidate your foes. The Quasar measures 340 meters long by 254 meters wide and 47.5 meters tall. It is armed with 6 dual laser cannon turrets, 2 light turbolaser batteries, and 2 medium tractor beam emitters. That isn't a lot for a pirate ship of this size, but the turret mounts are fairly exposed, so they should be easy to swap out for something a little punchier. And there's plenty of real estate for additions as well. It has a crew of 250 and a troop complement of 150, making boarding actions a breeze. Load up some surplus separatist boarding pods in the hangars and go to town on some unsuspecting freighter. What I'd do is hold boarding pods in one, a couple of ZH-40s or other small freighters in the next, a squadron of starfighters in the third, and leave the final hangar open to capture enemy ships. I'd also attach some kind of docking gantry to the space between the hangars and the bridge module to capture larger ships. Let me know how you would use a Quasar in the comments. There are probably unlimited options for a ship like this. Finally, there is the price. If you could purchase it straight from SoroSub, it would cost you a whopping 1.75 million credits. But you can't, and I certainly wouldn't want to anyway if I were a pirate, so you will have to get it for free from your nearest Imperial fleet. Braha'tok-class gunship. The final ship on our list is the Braha'tok-class gunship, also known as the Dornean gunship. This is probably the most underrated ship in the original trilogy Rebel fleet, as despite its fairly clear and distinct shape compared to other Rebel background ships, it barely got any attention until fairly recently. In fact, it only appeared outside Return of the Jedi exactly once in Legends, but it has appeared in Rebels, Rogue One, The Rise of Skywalker, Skeleton Crew, and more in canon. Usually, it's the other way around with obscure old ships. But anyway, the Dornean gunship was a pirate's dream. Compact, heavily armed, and extremely powerful for its size, this ship is sure to please any pirate captain. It even has the look of an old-fashioned sailing ship, with the various bits and pieces sticking out of it resembled the compressed sails and yards of the pirate ships of old. Really, just from design alone, it looks like it should be a pirate ship, regardless of its stats. But speaking of which, the Braha'tok measured 90 meters long by 37.3 meters wide and 19.5 tall. It had a maximum atmospheric speed of 800 kilometers per hour and a Class 3 hyperdrive. Perhaps not ideal for a pirate ship, but I'm sure both of those could be fixed. It was armed with 8 concussion missile launchers and 8 double turbolaser cannons, making it more heavily armed than a lot of ships much larger than it. It also had the ability to carry 2 starfighters externally. It required 70 crew and could carry 15 passengers, 300 tons of cargo, and 8 months of consumables. All of that was very expensive at 1.4 million credits, but that is a small price to pay for what appears to be the ultimate pirate ship. And those are 5 more of the best ships for pirates in Star Wars. Let me know which of these was your favorite, and what else you would have included in the comments. I also have a couple of honorable mentions. One is the CSS-1 Star Shuttle. 1 or 2 people suggested that in the comments of the first one, but I decided to skip it since it was unarmed by default and too similar to the Consular Cruiser, which I later also decided to skip since I just made a video on it a little while ago and I already had 2 other ships on the list that I had recently talked about. I also wanted to talk about the Darius G class freighter, but I decided at the last minute that the Nebulon-B would be more fun. Oh well, more options for next time, I guess. But anyway, that's all for now, so pilfer the like button, purloin the subscribe button, and plunder the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Then, I will see you next week. RFC,